Let's speak openly. This is the point that many of us have been waiting for and dreading for the past 18 months. Many of us said early on that COVID-19 was about control and money. Many of us also said that mandatory face masks were the stepping stone towards mandatory or coerced vaccinations. We now know it looks unlikely that the COVID-19 vaccine will be made mandatory in law because this would make it too easy to legally challenge. We now also know that the government are hell-bent on creating a society of us versus them, the vaccinated versus the unvaccinated, the clean versus the dirty. Anyone who says otherwise at this point is either morally bankrupt, ignorant, or a liar. Of course, these are not mutually exclusive, as one can be a morally bankrupt, ignorant liar, like many of the politicians who have schemed continuously over the past 18 months to decimate our freedoms. We also know that the government intend to introduce and vote upon emergency legislation next week, so the week commencing the 12th of July 2021, to facilitate the introduction of domestic vaccine passports. We also now know that talk about the vaccine passport being used only for indoor dining has extended to arts and to music and entertainment. This is not conjecture. This is a quote from Minister for Tourism Catherine Martin on the 6th of July 2021. We now also know that industry leaders are saying that they will facilitate whatever measures are necessary to allow their members to reopen. So now we're left at a point where the people who condemned the closure of the hospitality industry and publicly fought for the right of those operating in this industry to earn a living are the people who will be ostracised from society due to industry leaders facilitating the introduction of these domestic vaccine passports. And the people they will welcome back into their establishments are those who argued in favour of their businesses remaining shut. We were at a crucial point in our history. The point at which a government can, with the support of industry and people, create and implement policies which will actively and openly discriminate against those of us who have made the personal choice not to take the COVID-19 vaccine at this time, and those of us who believe disclosing private medical information should never be a precondition to accessing goods and services. We have a very small window to try and stop the introduction of this emergency legislation. We know that many government TDs have expressed disagreement with the creation of this two-tier society based on a person's private medical information, so there is a possibility that this legislation will not pass, but that is only a possibility. So what can we do? Well, these are my recommendations. 1. In the description box of this video, I've attached a link to 3 individual letters. The first letter can be sent to TDs. The second letter to industry leaders such as the Vintners Association, and the third letter to local businesses. Please read each letter carefully as there are slight differences between the 3. I understand that some TDs have already blocked their email accounts, so you may need to post or hand deliver letters. Therefore, time is of the essence. 2. The second thing you can do is protest. There is a protest at 12 noon in Galway tomorrow at Eyre Square, and also a protest outside the Dáil at 2 p.m. I've included links to both protests in the description box of this video also. 3. The third thing you can do is make as much noise as possible on social media and try to get hashtags such as no to discrimination, no to two-tier society, no to vaccine passports trending. These recommendations may not sound like they will make a difference, but if enough people undertake them, they just may. Please note that if this legislation is passed, it will be very difficult to challenge legally, so if you want to act, you must do it now. I am therefore pleading with all of the people that I have helped over the past 18 months to please undertake the actions I have just recommended. We are at a crucial point in our history, a point that if passed, we will never come back from. Now is the time to act.